Hello everybody, today we're looking at Adoro te Devote verses 3 and 4, so the middle verses. It should be good. So let's get stuck in. Right here. Here is the crossword puzzle. Now, can you see any differences today? I can see a difference. Can you see a difference in the clef? So last time we had the clef up here. But this time the clef is down on the next line and there is this funny flat sign here. So this is like a B flat, except it's a T flat. That means all the notes on this space, instead of being T, they'll be turned into te. So te instead of T. You heard this sort of stuff before? Maybe. Okay. But that's in the solfege thing, so let's do the words first. Okay, here we go. First word is in. In usually means in. And this one we've translated as on, because in the cross would sound a bit funny. So on the cross. And crux turns into cruce when you're using it as that accusative, maybe not accusative, ablative form. Okay, cool. Off to a good start. Latebat. There are a couple of verbs. We had latens in the last verse, I think, and latens is to do with this verb latere. Now, let's see, I wrote a little thing. So we have, this will look a bit more like a Latin lesson now, but so latere is to hide. So in latere we have lateo is I hide, lates, latet. So this is second declension, if you number your declensions. And the other one with ere is the third declension, where, hang on, is it getting too technical? I'll just say it really quickly. In the third declension, we have the stress on before the ere ending. In the second declension, we have the stress on the ere ending. So, yes. So this is petere, is the third declension, and this makes eyes when you start to decline it. Second declension is latere, so the emphasis is on the ere, and it makes ease when you start declining it. Okay, and so verbs like this in the third declension are credere and deligere, which are already also in these two verses. And the second declension, the only other one I could find was habere. Habere is an irregular one, but I think it does follow these rules a bit of the time. So anyway, latere is to hide. So if it begins with lat, generally it means hiding. So we'll go with that. Latebat is in the past tense. So in the past, on the cross, someone hid. And what hid is the deity. And we came across deity last week. I can't see my mouse. Here we go. Deitas is deity. And sola is only. Remember last week we had solo, also means only or alone. So that's easy. Art, hic. Art is but. Hic is this or here. We can use it as here and this. It's sort of a similar idea. And we got that latet again. So latet is hides, or it hides. He, she, it hides. And what is hiding in this time is the humanitas, humanity. And the way it is hiding is simul or simultaneously, which means at the same time. So I would have put at the same time because it's a bit simpler, but it at the same time is actually longer than the word simultaneously. So simultaneously could fit better in the music. Okay. So on the cross, when we see Jesus on the cross, we can see the humanity of Jesus crucified. Here, meaning in the Blessed Sacrament, in exposition or in the Mass, we can't see the Godhead. We can't see his humanity either because we're only seeing the bread and the wine. But yeah, you got that idea. Okay, on to the next line. Ambo is both. So if you've heard of someone being ambidextrous, they can use both hands. Ambo being both. Tamen. Do we have tamen last week? Tamen is nevertheless. It comes up a couple of times. Or there's the other tamen. Nevertheless. Tamen credens is to do with credere. So credens is believing. If you have ENS on the end of something, it usually translates to something with an ING on the end. So penitens. Penitens translates to repenting. And I think that might be it. Confitens. Confitens translates to confessing. So ENSING. Okay. Confitens. Atque is a fancy way to say and. I have lots of different ands in Latin. And okay, so confitens is confessing. So both, nevertheless, believing and confessing. Peto is I ask from, is it petere? Just checking. No, petere, petere. No, it's not one of the most common words. Petere goes to peto, I ask. And what do I ask? Good question. Quod. Quod peto. I ask for the same thing that the latro asked for. The latro in this case is not, but he's a different colour. Latro is not to do with hiding. This means thief. So I don't think I figured out an easy way to remember that. Petivit is to do with asking again. So this is the perfect tense, and that's what he has asked. So what the thief has asked is what I'm asking for. And what did the thief ask for on the cross? Yep. Lord, remember me when you come into your kingdom. So that's a prayer we can say. Let's clear those notes a little bit. A prayer we can say when we're at Mass. Okay. On to the 4th verse. So plagas. Plagas are wounds. And secret is one of those little words that means like or as. Oh, you never guess what Thomas means. So you see this word, Latin word Thomas, we translate this as Thomas because it means Tom. It's the name. Yeah. Okay. Non is not. And what are we not doing? We're not looking at the wounds. So intuior is I look at. It's a passive form, if you like passive forms. Okay. Non intuior. So I'm not looking at the wounds, but nevertheless, I can see my God. So meum is my, and God, nevertheless, my. I tried to jumble the words to make them make sense, but this one, the my didn't fit on the same line, so it's got its own line. Okay. Good. And confidior, if you know you're learning your Mass parts, confidior Deo omnipotenti is one of the prayers in the Mass and starts with I confess. And I confess God. I've confessed thee. And we're talking to God. So te is thee. Okay. Next one, fac me. So fac is from facere, the making sort of verb. Me is me. Tibi is usually to thee, but in here, in thee. Semper, I'm pretty sure we come up to semper before, which means always. Magis was a bit new. Magis means more and more. So only one more fit on the page. And credere. Credere is one of those third declension verbs. Yes, credere, to believe. So make me in thee always more and more to believe. And you have in te, so in thee. Spem is a form of spes, which is hope, like esperance. And there's that habere, handy verb to have. In te spem habere, te is thee. And last word, deligere, is to love. And it's a little bit different. We learn amare, often we learn amare meaning to love. Deligere is a bit more sort of a higher love. Amare is usually more a bit more physical. Deligere is using more of the intellect. If you're doing your Greek forms of love, amare is to do with philia, and deligere is to do with agape. So, yeah, we're not doing Greek. So, but just in case you've had a look at those different words for love, yeah, in English, we just have the word love, but Latin and Greek, they have lots of different words because they like thinking about things in great detail. Okay, those are the words. Those are the words. Let's on to the music. Okay, so we have this different clef. So that's our do is on that line there. So that means the top line, you'll have re in that space, and then mi will be the top line. Te is in this space, and then this line will be la. Oh, this is really tiny. So mi, do, la, and the bottom line will be fa. So the spaces will be so, te, re, and the lines will be fa, la, do, mi. Okay. So we start on fa. Fa, la, do, re, do, te, la, so, fa, fa. So you see, last week we were doing do, mi, so. Yeah, do, mi, so. Yeah, and now we're doing fa, la, do, which is the same tune. It's just been transposed. Yeah. Okay. Fa, la, do, re, do, te. Oh, it's the same tune. Te, la, so, fa, fa. Then we go back to the do. Do, re, mi. Fa, fa, mi, do, re, do, te, la, so, la, do, te. Yep, so the flat still applies even though it's in a new bar. La, do, te, fa, so. Oops, that's not fa, is it? La. I just rub out that part of the thingy. Yeah, totally. I didn't make a mistake there. Well, I did, but anyway, it's it. La, do, te, la, so, fa, so, la. Whoops. Now my hand's making a mistake, but I said la. La, fa, so, fa, fa. Okay, got that. So it's the same tune we know and love, just in a different part of the clef. Okay, and it's still mode 5 too. So pretty sure last week's was mode 5 as well. It still has the same, it's still the same, it's just been transposed. Here we go. That good pitch. Probably it's all right. In cruce late bad sola deitas, articulatet simul et humanitas, ambo tamen credens atque confitens, peto quod petivit latro penitens. Lagas sicut Thomas non intueo, Deum tamen meum te confiteo, ac me tibi semper magis credere, in te spem habere, te diligere. Hello. So that makes enough sense. Cool. Okay, ready to call that a day for the recording. So if you're watching the replay, you can play the Blooket quiz. Oh, may as well show you the Blooket quiz, huh? So this is what the Blooket website looks like. And there is the Adoro verses 3 and 4. And so you can play a solo game if you're watching the replay, and everyone else in the Zoom hang around ready for the tournament. Okay, God bless.